Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. I woke up like this, deep divers all magical and fly, just woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I feel so much better now. Raising the frequency, I feel so much better now. Raising the vibration, I feel so much better now. Hadouken. Take that, take that. Good ass energy I'm sending you. You feel so much better now, deep divers. Let me say a big shout out to everyone right now who's joined the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart. Click the link down below, deep divers, and be inspired. Look, let's talk about Florida right now. Hurricane Milton right now. It's kind of crazy right now in Florida. Even the cat down the road is taking cover. Okay, shout out to all the Floridians who are diving deep. There are so many deep divers in Florida right now who are messaging me like, please talk about this. So we're going to talk about it. And if you don't know, there are hurricane warnings for Hurricane Milton. A lot of people evacuating, and we're going to talk about it, deep divers. Every one of my videos is designed to help you become your greatest version. I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support the real, because we're going to dive into it. You may not have heard this. You may not have heard this anywhere else. You're going to hear it here first. We got a whole lot to talk about. Smash that like button if you support the real. Look, if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation. Something magical is coming your way. Always believe that something good is about to happen. If you're ready for that, just say thank you. Look, so first and foremost, let me send some good energy to everyone in Florida right now. Let me send some good energy to everyone in Florida right now who is going to be affected by this hurricane, or if you know someone who's going to be affected by this hurricane. It's crazy, right? I always tell you, you don't need wars. Just take a look at Mother Nature and it can wipe out the whole of humanity in a blink of an eye. You better respect Gaia, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? So let me play you some background information, a background story about this whole situation. Then we're going to dive into it.
Milton has already proven to be a powerful hurricane, rapidly intensifying and exploding in strength. While the entire Florida peninsula will see impacts of damaging winds and heavy rain from Milton, the exact location of landfall will be crucial for where the life-threatening storm surge will occur. Storm surge is the push of ocean water inland from the strong hurricane winds. The highest storm surge is at the location of the strongest winds in the eye wall. Tampa Bay is one of the most vulnerable spots on our coast to storm surge because of the huge population and the shape of the bay. The track of Milton could be one Tampa Bay hasn't seen in 100 years, meaning unprecedented storm surge. If Milton's eye goes just to the north of the bay, that would mean a worst-case scenario for the storm surge in Tampa Bay. The onshore wind direction will send the ocean waters funneling into the bay with nowhere to go, creating devastating impacts. If Milton's eye lands just south of the bay, winds will be offshore out of the bay, possibly even receding waters like seen during Hurricane Ian. In this scenario, the worst of the storm surge would go just south of Tampa. Even just a few miles wobble in Milton's track could greatly impact the storm surge forecast for better or for worse. So all warnings should be taken seriously.
And when we talk about becoming our greatest versions, we've got to remind ourselves that we've got to be thankful that we've got a warning. And everyone in Florida right now who's in the path of the hurricane, pay attention to the warnings, because we're fortunate to have warnings. And even the mayor came out saying that, hey, if you don't get out there, you're going to die.
What is your number one message to Tampa residents tonight?
The number one message, as it has been for several days now, is that you need to prepare do whatever you need to do, and then get out of the evacuation zones, which now are evacuation zone A and B. And as we all have heard so many times now, you hide from the wind and run from the water. And we are talking about right now the possibility of a direct hit with 10 to 12 foot tidal surge. Put that in perspective, Hurricane Helene, which just left the Tampa Bay area a week ago, there was 6 foot storm surge, and that was literally devastating to so many in our coastal area. We have 126 miles of coast just in the city of Tampa. And so people need to be heeding that warning. And from the looks of traffic on all of our northbound highways, they're doing just that.
Yeah, we've seen how jammed up those highways are. I know a lot of the tolls have been suspended to help facilitate people getting out of there. What would you say to people tonight who are saying, you know what, I'm going to ride this out, I've ridden others out? What would you say to people who aren't heeding those evacuation orders?
Well, I can tell you right now that they may have done that in others. There's never been one like this. And this, Helene was a wake-up call. This is literally catastrophic. And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
Wow. I mean, that is an incredibly blunt message. And I know you have a lot of experience dealing with these storms. You don't say something like that lightly, Mayor.
Right, that's the mayor saying if you don't get out there, you're going to die. Now, first and foremost, what's my whole take on this whole Hurricane Milton? You see, Gaia, Mother Nature, is always communicating to us through the weather. And we have to pay attention to these hurricanes that actually not a leaf falls from a tree without the universe's permission. What I'm telling you, deep divers, is that everything is happening for a reason. These hurricanes are a sign, the signs of the times, that something is ending and something is beginning. Something is coming to an end and new earth is getting ready to be formed. Look, do you know that Huracan was known as the Mayan god of wind and storms? His name means one-legged in the Mayan language, and the word hurricane was derived from his name. The gods are speaking. The gods are talking. And what you're seeing happen in Florida on the highways is a mass exodus. A mass exodus. Can't you see? We're living in times of prophecy, but you don't hear me though. Signs of the times, it's over. You better wake up. Because Gaia is telling you that human beings, it doesn't matter how powerful you think you are, in a blink of an eye, I can show you what Mother Nature can do. So we've got to humble ourselves. The Native Americans used to do the rain dance, right? Because they were connected. And we have to get reconnected. So many of humanity has become disconnected. And this hurricane is a wake up call. Signs of the times. Gaia, Mother Nature, is talking to his children. Wake up. Let me play you this clip, deep divers.
What is this new advisory show?
It shows that we lost a little bit of pressure. The pressure went up. That's good news. We lost a little bit of wind speed from 180 to 165. That's still category 5. Okay, we're not bringing this down to Cat 2 or Cat 1 or a tropical storm. A very dangerous storm. But hurricane hunters, both NOAA and also Air Force, have flown into the eye over the past couple of hours and found that we've lost a little bit of intensity. That is great news, because just in 36 hours, from yesterday morning to this afternoon, we went from 50 to 180. Okay, so now we're 165. Close enough. Here's the hurricane warnings are in effect for almost the entire central part of Florida, because the winds will be all the way to the East Coast at hurricane force. There will be millions of people without power. And we know where a lot of these power company trucks, these mutual aid trucks are. They're in the Carolinas trying to put the power back up here. But look at the purple. This is major category winds all the way from Cedar Key all the way down to Fort Myers. That's 110 plus. And then, yes, hurricane force all the way to Cape, all the way to Cape Canaveral, all the way to the East Coast to Daytona Beach. We will have surge. This is the next thing. Are we going to have wind damage? Absolutely. Are we going to have surge potential? Without a doubt. Because this is a category 5. And even though the forecast is 4 to go down a little bit, it will still carry a 4 to 5 surge with it. 10 to 15 feet of surge. How does that compare to Helene, where things were wiped out around Tampa? 6 to 7. Now we're talking 10 to 15. If your house got damaged in Helene, you've got a lot of work to do, and you need to get out of there for sure. About 48 hours before we make landfall, but certainly about 36 before we start seeing some damage.
Right? So I gave you fair warning, beware. Look, these are the signs of the times, deep divers, and Mother Nature is showing you what it can do. You see, so many of us in our society, we become accustomed to our way of life, but not realizing that we're also affecting the environment. Now, we've got to remind ourselves of something called the morphogenetic resonance, right? Morphogenetic resonance. Morphogenetic resonance. The butterfly effect, right? When a butterfly flaps its wings, a hurricane happens. So, in other words, everything is connected. This is what we can learn when we talk about becoming our greatest version, that everything is connected. Everything is connected. Look, it's the mass exodus. Symbolically speaking, we are in the last days of Babylon. And the reason why you're seeing all kind of storms, hurricanes, is because it's over. And something is ending. But the good news is that something new is beginning, a new consciousness of humanity to wake up and see that everything is connected, and what we do to Mother Nature will be done unto us, right? Why do you have experts crying live on television? Because they know it's getting ugly for humanity. Let me play you this.
We want to begin with hurricane specialist John Morales. John, now this monster of a hurricane is a Category 5?
Yes, that news just came out right now, and it's certainly, it's just an incredible hurricane. It has dropped 50 millibars in 10 hours. I apologize. This is just horrific. Maximum sustained winds are 100 and...
Let me stop it right there, but it goes on. He can't even believe it. It's something that he's never even seen before in his lifetime. And this is a sign we're in the signs of the times. And right now, you got to protect your energy. You got to get right with yourself. You got to get right with other people. And most of all, you've got to get right with Gaia, with Mother Nature, because Gaia is alive. And we're seeing this through this hurricane, right? And let me tell you this, deep divers. All the Floridians who are watching my videos, I want to remind you, let love guide you and not fear. Slow motion this side. I said, let love guide you and not fear. There's nothing to be afraid of, because the universe has got your back. Let me play you what another mayor had to say. Okay, take a listen.
Let's go in and bring in Liz Alpert. She is the mayor of Sarasota, which is right there along Florida's Gulf Coast. Mayor Alpert, first off, thank you so much for making time to join us, especially while you all are really in the thick of things. I know we're talking to you less than 2 weeks after Helene, of course. It caused devastating flooding. Forecasters now say that this hurricane, Milton, could actually bring the worst storm surge in a century to your area. How do you even sort of begin to prepare for something like that? What are you telling your residents?
Obviously, you know, what everyone has been saying is you have to evacuate. It is not survivable to survive a 10 to 15 foot storm surge. It just simply isn't. So I think, and I think people are heeding that warning after having lived through Helene.
Let's talk about this evacuation order right now, which is so massive, the largest you've seen since 2017. That was Hurricane Irma. I remember I was there in the region bracing for that one. It was like a ghost town. How's it going this time around? Are people able to leave? Do you feel like they're heeding that warning?
I do. As I said, after being through Helene and seeing what happened, people are getting out. I see more and more people saying we are not staying for this. And the traffic on the road there, you know, indicates how serious people are taking it. But getting on the road is problematic. But, you know, I think, though, it's necessary. It's better to be doing that than to be in your home and not able to be rescued and nothing you can do and perhaps lose your life.
Can you tell us about some of the emergency provisions that currently are in place, Mayor? For example, for people who are looking for shelters, how far inland are the shelters? Where can they go? Where can they get information?
Yeah, they can. A lot of the schools are converting to shelters and they will be open at 10 a.m. this morning. And they can get information either on the City of Sarasota's website, and the three schools in the city are Booker High School, Brookside Elementary, and Southside Elementary. But if they live in the county and want to go to a county school, they can look at the county website and see the entire list of shelters that are available.
All right, Sarasota Mayor Liz Alpert, thank you so much, Mayor Alpert. We appreciate it.
Take heed to the warnings, right? So pay attention to what's going on, because these are the signs of the times. And if you don't actually know what Category 5 looks like, a Category 5, Category 4 hurricane looks like, let me play you a clip of a guy showing you what can be done with this kind of Category 4 or Category 5 hurricane.
When it comes to hurricanes, each one's impacts are a little bit different, but the wind speeds that we talk about along the Saffir-Simpson scale, those are very specific. And the damage caused in those categories, kind of predictable. So let me show you. Let's start off with a Category 1 storm. And the damage here, not too bad. A couple of shingles fall off, you can have some palm fronds bending in the wind, but everything basically remains intact. Category 2, that's where you really start to feel it. Look at the windows of the house. They can be hit from debris from the outside and already start breaking in a Category 2. Your trees are significantly bent over in the wind, and the siding of the house itself can break, flapping there in the wind, adding to those eerie noises inside. Category 3. I've heard only a Category 3, but it's not only anything except really bad news. In a Category 3, you can have the door of the house blown in because the winds get so strong. You can have the roof of the house start to flap up and down in the wind because it can lift off those weak points, and a lot of those trees start to fall. Category 4, the damage is even worse. You get most trees falling, most of your windows breaking, most of your shingles fly away, and then Cat 5 is as high as the category scale goes. By Cat 5, no shingles remain anywhere nearby. The holes in the roof get so big that the walls of the house start to fall because they're not attached to anything anymore. There won't be any trees up in the neighborhood. That's just catastrophic damage. But again, that's just from the wind, and there are other impacts from hurricanes, and they all vary through the season. So stick with the Weather Channel to keep you safe when the tropics head towards your neck of the woods.
Right? So I want to send some good energy to everyone in Florida, everyone in the path of the hurricane. And I want to remind you, let love guide you and not fear. Let love guide you and not fear. We've got to remind ourselves we're living in the time of Exodus. These are the signs of the times. Something is coming to an end. The way we have been living is coming to an end, and a new earth is being formed. If you're ready to let love guide you, I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. And that's why I'm just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Let's breathe. Whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I feel so much better now. Look, I want all of you right now to join the new Infinite Waters Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/RalphSmart. Click the link down below, Deep Divers, and be inspired. And check out the number one best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon, and at ralphsmart.com/the book, The Bible of Becoming Your Greatest Version, and the latest new book, The Book of 1111 Infinite Quotes. The Book of 1111 Infinite Quotes by Ralph Smart at ralphsmart.com/the book, the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. And go and get the Good Ass Prana shirts, Deep Divers, all new designs for men, women, children, even cats down the road at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you're a sexy ass model, whoa, with a whole lot of heart, you want to model the clothing, well, go and buy some. And if you want a one-to-one consultation with me so I can help you become your greatest version, make sure you book it at ralphsmart.com/one-to-one sessions. Deep Divers, fear not. Let love guide you and not fear. But this hurricane, these are the signs of the times. Wake up, people. Wake up. Peace. Infinite Waters diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Yo! Once again, Deep Divers, smash that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real, and leave a comment of gratitude and appreciation down below, and send some good energy. Send some good energy to everyone in Florida who's in that path of that hurricane. One love. Peace.